I got my gift. That's all that matters.
Yo, we're back. This is the Zen Master, and you are tuned in to the Flavor Show. We're back for another very, very hot topic. Today, I have my two co-hosts with me. I always start by introducing the beautiful Tashia Pope,
Hello.
Mama Ty.
Clarence White.
Ooh.
And this is the man that's trying to put on the clearance rack, which I don't understand, but hey, that's what he believes.
Listen.
Black.
Cook a meal.
Cook a meal.
Cook a meal. You know what they say, though, right?
Yeah, so we got a topic today, so we're not going to get off of
Please
y'all
cut him
bantering
off.
back and forth. You know, y'all, you could do that on your own time. This is time that we got to pay for, so let's be mindful that we get our message across. Got a new toy.
You want
So
a bell?
today,
We see.
we are going to talk about, and we're not doing it because it is Black History Month. Let's be clear. This is not why I'm talking about that, because in my eyes, we should celebrate who we are every day of our lives. But being that it is February, we want to take a look back. It is 2019. According to some documented records, Africans were brought here because we didn't come. It's 1619, even though the records say that we go back further than that. But today we could say from 1619 to 2019, 400 years, where have we come? What have we accomplished since we've been here? How far have we gone, and how far do we need to go? So that is the topic for today's conversation. So, I'm a person who has very deep beliefs on this topic, so that's why I chose it. And, my beliefs might be contrary to some others. I don't believe that 1619 was our existence here. That's not where we started. I believe there were people of African descent in what we now call the Americas here well before then. I'm a history buff, and I understand that the word black, black or Africans or whatever we want to call ourselves at this point in time, who were here and existed here and even had indentured servants well before 1619. But this is not to go back and just talk about history. This is to talk about how far we've come and what we've accomplished since that time. There's been a lot of things that have happened. We have people who have ascended to the highest office in this country,
Yeah.
right?
Obama.
President Obama, right? We have people who have become billionaires with a B, you know what I mean? Since that time, since we first come here. So it's been a lot. We have inventions that have been created by black people that have revolutionized the whole world, you know what I mean? That have patents that have been sold all across the world due to those inventions. So it's a lot to celebrate. And at the same time, I think are some actions as well that would have the ancestors whose shoulders we stand upon spinning in their graves. Because there's some things that we're doing now that is just, that takes us back to the buffoonery and the coonery
Right.
that's so well documented. So, I mean, in the news, we always try to keep up with current events. I mean, what's going on. I'm sure everybody's seen the Gucci and the Prada. Right. Did y'all see the
too.
Prada?
Yeah, I saw the Montclair too. Montclair put a black face jacket out as well.
So,
And a
I mean,
black face.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know anything about it till last night, actually talking to somebody.
Yeah, they did.
so,
And
go ahead.
I think it's really unfair, though. I think it's that us as black African Americans, we don't stand up for each other. I think that whatever they decide to do, they do. They feel like we just gonna follow suit, or we gonna march, because that's what black people do. They march. They've been marching since the early Zen?
They've been marching since they had shoes. It seems like,
Right,
I mean,
yeah,
so.
and it haven't got us nowhere.
I mean,
We have to take a stand of action and say, you know what, for real, we're not gonna spend no money with them.
Yeah, but that means stand together, and all we do is fight each other.
Exactly.
We rob each other. You say support black businesses and each other, but we hike prices. We do dirty stuff.
Exactly.
Don't show up. Don't call. Don't do.
It's
or
the same.
fall through.
And you're right. It's the same thing with T.I. and Floyd Mayweather. They got a little beef going on about this
They have
situation.
pissing competition.
Yeah,
But-
T.I. killed him. Did you
Yeah,
hear the rap?
Yeah, he killed him. But a guy made a comment that made a lot of sense. He said, "Okay, T.I., you said you are the new leader of these causes, but you supported the NFL." But he was the first person to say, let's boycott the NFL. But when the NFL came to Atlanta, he was a part of it. So which one are you? Are you standing for something,
Can't ride the fence.
or you riding the fence?
I mean, so yeah, I mean, and I think it goes back to this whole incident with Gucci. In my mind, was no more than it's better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission. So you put out something like that appeases a part of their base, and you know that who are racist in that mind state that look at that as something that's funny or something they would support, and then after you do it, you say, "Oops, I'm sorry." Oh yeah, I didn't really mean that. So I didn't mean to manufacture sweaters with big red lips.
But here's the thing, though. Before they went to manufacture, they already had okay for it. So they felt that it was okay to do it anyway.
For sure. So
And for dude saying that the guy is coming from Italy to talk to him, what he coming for?
yeah, for sure.
Well, just to see a vacation or something? Because he knew what it was before he got here.
So that division, because I mean, the reason why T.I. went after Floyd is because Floyd was saw going into a Gucci store, and you know, and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna be who I'll be. I don't follow anybody."
Right, he ignorant for that because he should have said this here, and it's just quite simple. No comment. He can spend his money where he want to spend it. He earned it, and he earned it the hard way, on his back. So I'm not mad at him if that's what he wants to spend his money. But what I'm mad at him for is saying, "Hey, man, sometimes, man, I ain't got nothing to say. No comment. I'm gonna go in there and spend me some money." He ain't had to say what all he said, but it's personal with him and T.I.
So the African Americans, blacks, whatever name that you feel, our gross national product is $1.25 trillion. Trillion.
You know. Can I say this to y'all?
So what that says, let me just finish this point real quick. So what that says is the amount of money that we spend as consumers is higher than some other countries.
Mm-hmm.
You know how long this dollar stays in the black community?
Not long.
2 seconds.
Not even that.
Close.
Not even that.
6 hours. 6 hours.
That's crazy. And you know the funniest thing is,
Oh, just think about that. 6 hours.
that's crazy.
That's long enough to go to the liquor store, cash your check, maybe go see the weed man, and then take the rest of that money
Said not
outside
even
the
that, 'cause
suburbs.
Right now, we purchase online, so before you get paid, it's already gone.
It's
you have
already
already
gone.
put it out there.
You
so-
know what, Ty? And I'm gonna say this to you too, Zen, is that we have came a lot of ways from then to now, but we haven't. We still haven't grown because the black people have so much power. And let me give you a prime example. I remember back in like the 80s, they was selling trucks like the flatbed little trucks.
Mm-hmm.
They was like maybe $3,000, brand new, because only white people bought them. Soon as black people started buying them, they went up to 8,000, 10,000. Now these trucks now I'm talking about is 20, 30,000. But my thing with us is this here. We'd rather march. That ain't how we kill the gang.
So we can't. Let's not. All right. Marching was a method that they used in
Back
the
in the
60s.
day.
And they still doing it.
But okay, back then it may have been more effective because it was a
Was
way to
effective.
galvanize, right? You got to come together first in order to do anything. So the biggest problem is what y'all both said when we started this conversation is as far as our standing on a united front. So marching may not be the best thing, but I do believe one of the most effective ways to get people to change the way they do, or that has helped us, it's always been to boycott or to redirect our dollars. So when you boycott, then it needs to be something. It's like I watched the Steve Harvey Monique thing, right?
Right.
And did you see that?
No, I read about it. He said it wasn't true, but that's
Okay, so
bullshit.
when he talked about it, what he said to her when she called for a boycott of Netflix because she wasn't getting paid. His thing was, if you're gonna boycott, it has to be an alternative. If I tell you don't shop at Gucci, then it should be a Blacks or another company that is owned by us that I'm giving you to go to.
Exactly.
I can't tell you to stop going to Myers.
And then
It
there's
ain't no
a
other
food
supermarket.
store.
There's no other
Right.
black supermarket in the city. So I can't tell you we're gonna boycott Myers. Okay, well I'm gonna get my food. You know what I mean? Because if anywhere else, so that's why we need things in place. Now during segregation, black people
Had everything in place.
had things in place because they were forced to shop with each other. So you had striving neighborhoods that
But
were
they looked out for each other.
Just
That's when
also-
you had a person that, hey, you can go next door and get
The
a
barter
bag of sugar
system.
or something. You work
Exactly.
something out.
But you know why I say this to y'all? If we one day,
You feeling like king right now?
right.
we did spend $1, you know what it would devastate the economy. It would fuck the whole economy up. Because like you said, we spend the most money. We are the biggest consumers.
Because you are materialistic.
You're right. You're right.
We are the profit margin. We are businesses live and strive off our dollar.
Yes.
But we don't understand the power of that dollar because that dollar can be redirected.
Anywhere.
You do understand, however, it's not in your hands anymore. You are old. So the problem is it starts
Thanks
with Morgan.
thanks
I'm
for
sorry,
keep
I'm just
bringing up
saying,
how
but
Oh,
old
she just
I am.
hit you with a
Yeah, she like that too. She think that's cute.
Yeah, she hit you with a 1-2.
I'm just saying it starts with Morgan and it starts with my daughter and it starts with my son. And even that, they're too late. It's the ones coming
Behind
that
them.
we need to be prepared for. They're the ones that makes the difference of where this money is being spent. They're the ones that's looking at the internet and looking at television and they're seeing the Kim Kardashians and everybody else of what they're doing and how they're dressing. So that's where the investment goes because they want to be like them.
Exactly.
If Floyd Merriweather
Mayweather.
had his own clothing line and invested in his own stuff, then yeah, that's the person to go to. But they look at Tom Ford, they look at
Gucci.
they look
Prada.
at Prada, the BB, BD, whatever that is. I'm not a label
BCBG,
person.
right.
Everybody has a label on it. It's fine for me. But for those, that's what they're excited about. So therefore, that's the person who's going to make a difference and a change. Your old dollars ain't.
True
and,
indeed.
and I agree with that.
True indeed. That's a lot. I mean, but it's still up to us to try to guide those ones behind us and show them the right, because a lot of, so that's the whole thing about history, right? If it's not passed on, it dies, right? So if they don't know, I mean, they don't have an understanding or even want to know because they're blinded by all these other things that's going on. I mean, the Cardi B nonsense. And again, I'm not trying to offend anybody who's a fan, but it's
That just let you know that where the world is going. Anything that makes a lot of noise and that glitter, the kids are tuned to that. By listening to the TV, watching the television, which I call the idiot box, the radio. This is the worst thing that could ever invented was the phone. You cannot live without no phone. It's
Wi-Fi.
just Wi-Fi, phones, internet. Oh, I mean, you can't live without it.
But then let's go back to the discussion we had yesterday at work. You can't expect things to go far when we don't have grandmothers. We don't have parents. Our parents are babies themselves and
Hanging
they're
out-
uneducated.
Right.
So being uneducated still puts them in the hole. They're in the negative before they got a whole bunch to dig out to get
Because you got,
ahead.
like you're right, Ty, kids raising kids. The mother is a kid. The father probably is nowhere in their life.
Or as a big ass kid.
Or a big ass kid, and they can't. What they gonna learn? They can't learn shit because the parents don't know shit.
and a lot of that comes from our history and how things have come up. I mean, in the 70s, a big thing in the 70s was, well, not even in the 70s, even before that, but in the 70s they did it legally, where the separation of the home, the breakup of the black family, destroying the black family, getting the father out of the household.
Right, which is your prison
Are you
pipeline.
right?
That's one. Two, going back to I think I was talking to Mama Flo the other day, and I said, damn, I just realized I went to my son's room, like, you're not doing a Black History Project. Y'all speaking or doing anything? And he's like, nah. I said, well, damn. And I scratched my head about it, but then I had to think about it. I'm like, well, at the school, they're doing, and we're researching and going back and forth. I still had to make him do, but because I wanted him to have more in the school and know that he's entitled to those things, he is at a school that is predominantly Black, but the whole deal of it is white. So therefore, they have a pool table in the school. They have foosball and hockey. Where at this other school in the area, we don't have books. You have teachers supplying more of their stuff. The kids aren't exposed to things, so they don't know how to appreciate and know. So again, we're going still back to the history of keeping them in the hole. It's the same thing.
Well, I mean, just a simple thing is the per dollar per student allocation for
It's not even.
in the city as far as in the suburbs. I
Right.
mean, they base it on tax dollars, obviously, but still, if I'm getting $7,500 per child in Detroit, and you're getting $15,000 per child,
In the suburbs.
The deficit is.
Sorry
to say.
That's something. I knew they got 7,500 for Detroit. I did not know.
Oh, yeah. So, and then the
that
other
they got
thing
15,000 in
is,
the
so
suburbs.
okay,
But then that makes sense too, Zen, because and I'm a product of staying in the suburbs, and I ride past these high schools and they like colleges.
yeah. So that's what I was about to say. So okay,
And then
I'm a sellout. I send my daughter outside of Detroit to go to school. She go way to West Bloomfield, and West Bloomfield has over
Because
5,000 students in the whole school. Their graduating class is like 1,500. So you do the math. 5,000.
but that's part of the plan of what you just said.
Exactly.
But that's also letting her know that you deserve this. You're entitled to this. So if they can get it, you go get
You
it
can
too.
get it too.
For sure.
And I ain't mad that you
I
see your
don't-
daughter there.
I'm not
I
mad
would send
about
my
it.
daughter, and then West Bloomfield Hills. I found out it's number 2 of Michigan best schools. The first one is somewhere up in Lansing, Kokomo. That's the first in Michigan, top #1 school, and Bloomfield Hill is the second. So I would send my kid there too to get a better education. What you gonna send them to Myers? Oh, Redford? Oh,
No,
I
I'm
forgot.
not.
Myers is Redford now. You know what I mean?
Right.
They closed all these schools down in the city. So
But that was part of the plan.
So you right there tell you education don't mean shit for the Black kids, but guess what? We're gonna put Myers there.
So they can spend more money.
Yeah. But
So again, that's the issue. So I mean, we'll talk about this, and again, we've had some great games, and I like to say that sometimes because the institution that we know that's called slavery ended 1865.
supposed to end it.
It,
All right,
it,
so
it
that's-
just modified.
Just modified.
It tied, right? So with that, it is now again 2019. So that's about 150, 160 years
Yeah, 100, yeah.
since that time. So in that time, we have made great strides. We've had great inventors. Madam C.J. Walker.
We've always had great inventors.
Yeah, we always had
Always.
that. They
It's
just stole
the
everything.
about it, but we're the ones that create everything. Do the history on some.
This
Who
is
did I
true.
look at the other day? Actually, if I finished my door, it was I can't think of his name because I was pulling up a whole bunch of awesome people. But the inventor of the car was not Henry Ford, and it's not going back. It goes back to like Philip something.
Yeah, so Henry
Philip.
Ford didn't invent the car. He invented the
Him before they invented shit,
How-
he stole.
how
What-
what
he
do they
stole.
call it? What do you call that? What do you call that? Come on, you know what it is. Assembly line.
Assembly
Or
line, but
he bettered the assembly line.
But the point is that it was still initiated by a black man.
For
That's
sure.
The whole trade. And that's
The whole
with a lot of our
yeah.
stuff.
Man, and I hate to say it, and it's the real. Why you motherfuckers do nothing but steal? They the best stealers in the world. And they act like they invented every goddamn thing. We invented a lot of shit.
So he who wins the war writes the books.
That don't mean the book
Go
right.
for the presidency.
He who wins the war.
He stole the presidency too. See what I'm
writes
saying?
the books. So I mean that is the.
And then he say he's on a state of emergency for what? For what? For what?
because he can.
That's bullshit. Hit it again for me. Hit it one more time for me.
Because he can. So understandable that power is never given up. Understand
stolen.
that. Power is never give it up. So the only way that this situation will change, and again, it hasn't been that long. 150 years is a small amount of time in the whole amount of time, and how long we've been here. 150 years is a small amount of time, so it's going to take a reprogramming. All this stuff, the internet, the television, those are programs. And they're constantly programming you with the information that they want you to know and what they want you to believe. I mean, you know what Cat Williams said in his stand-up routine, that when they were over in Iran, they never said they were killing Iranians. They said they were killing insurgents. Mm-hmm. You ain't know what an insurgent was. You're like, yeah, them insurgents ain't shit, but no, they were killing the people.
Kids,
so that
everybody.
So that
insurgent
programming you to feel like you don't have any empathy for an insurgent because you don't know what
the fuck insurgent
is.
is.
Oh yeah, okay, well, yeah, them damn insurgents get them all. But at the same time, that's what's going on. So programming, we're under the greatest program. The television and the internet, that's what those things are allowed to do. Constantly feeding you the information the way it's supposed to be spent. You could watch the same debate, watch Fox and watch CNN and get two totally different opinions.
It's like going to church.
Another way that's been programmed.
Another fuckery.
That's really the one that has held us hostage
for
the
the
longest. Now, I will say this. The younger generation, I think they will be the ones who be the first ones to move totally away from because they're not, because all that is a hoe. Now, I don't want anybody calling me atheist or anything like that. That is not my standpoint. I do believe there is a living God that lives inside of all of us. That is my belief.
I believe that too, but I don't believe that we have to go to a church
I don't have to go to a church to get it.
Not if he lives inside.
And then you look at it like this. Okay, all these big mega churches that's coming up.
What are you doing?
Yeah, and then all these homeless people that's really homeless can't even go there and get covered.
I think in Detroit, if I'm not mistaken, but I used to know the number when I was working for Rev. I think it's almost like $1 billion that black churches in Detroit deposited to banks on Monday morning. Every Monday.
Hey, that's the only business you can open your door without no money. And at the end of that day,
you paid.
Pimp.
Bring in a good person to speak a good word.
Yeah, a girl was just telling me, y'all, they went to this woman thing that they had at this church.
Dawn Seekers.
There you go.
That was this morning.
It was the other day, too. It was all weekend, basically. Mm-hmm. So she's like, and they're so this and this and that. So I said, let me ask you a question. Do they charge? No. I say, they charge you. No, they don't. I said, okay, then. How many people you think probably come to that? She say probably about.
They passed the plate. It's a charge.
Listen, you right. That's where I'm going. I said, how many people you think may attend? Oh, probably thousands of people. I say, well, times that time $20.
Right.
And then they charged you.
Right. I mean, so again, without question, they went to Africa with Bibles and came back with slaves. Mm-hmm. So, I mean.
The conditioning and the programming.
And they gave us something to feel like we belong.
Did. We always want to belong. But back to your thing with programming, everything is down to programming. I mean, once again, y'all mad at me, but y'all older people, if you don't start programming, then you got a problem. You took away cursive writing. You added all these fancy things and took away. You gave technology to dummy down.
Technology has
taken away the memory, short-term memory, long-term. You making worse shit. Kid can't remember a phone number to say they damn life.
I can't remember a phone number to say
my damn life. Can't. Well, you need to put the phone down because I can recall some numbers. Thank you very much.
I know one. 331-6962. Now, I remember that number. It's my auntie number. Because she had that motherfucker since I've been a kid.
Since she was a kid, right. But that's the problem. We change numbers conveniently. Sure. Things are not the same. So the program has changed. So therefore, until everything is reprogrammed, like Zen is saying, we're still in the same situation. It's just modified.
Here's the question. How do we get?
So that's why it's important for us to keep doing things that we're doing and telling our stories. So, and putting it out there. I mean, everybody, I watched the 2 deaths of Sam Cooke. Sorry about that. You should. Sam Cooke, James Brown, Muhammad Ali. These men were trying to show us the way to do things. You know, how we could work for ourselves, by ourselves, own our own masters. You know,
write our own ticket.
Put out music that is uplifting, that's going to cause people to think as well as dance. So that's why it's important for us to support our own. Stop asking your black friend who has a business
to give you
for
something.
a hookup. Yeah.
Pay for it. Because you go to Gucci.
You go pay.
You going to pay $4.
You go pay $4. You won't pay your homegirl to get your hair done, but you'll go up the street to the other person and pay full price all the time.
And here's the funny thing about all that. And I'm guilty of it because I used to spend a lot of money on known shit till I started doing the research. The stuff they make is not even for us. They don't even want us in their clothes.
Not at all.
If you look how Gucci make their clothes now,
it's cut for the wrong person.
It ain't cut for us.
Sister.
It ain't cut for the curvy sister.
It's not.
Your man Tommy Hilfiger said it. I don't make my clothes
for y'all.
For y'all.
Many years.
Okay, prime example. Gucci had the Gucci shoes. Niggas was flying to the mall. Couldn't keep them on the shelf. When he came and found out niggas was buying all of them, he cut them out. Cut the Gucci shoes out.
So, I mean, again, it's
still stuck.
So power is, I said it was never given, but a lot of power is assumed. We give power away to people based on
who they are, what they have,
programming,
their dream,
knowledge,
the programming.
Right? Yeah, so we give power away. Okay, this is better because I know if I go to the Wendy's in Southfield, it's going to be better than if I go to the Wendy's in...
But it's the perception. Like you said, the Wendy's in Southfield, you're like, oh, yeah, they wash their hands.
Right.
They ain't dropping my food. If I go right here in the hood, they spitting on me, dropping my stuff.
And that's so far from the narrative.
That is.
Prime example. You're right. So I went to this restaurant. I couldn't wait to get there. I get there, and the service was fucking horrible. The food was horrible. I say, hold on. Then I go into the bathroom. I say, hold the fuck on. Now, this almost supposed to be a 4-star restaurant. The food was horrible. The service was horrible. I had been to hole-in-the-wall restaurants.
And had the best.
And had the best meal.
Right.
The best.
But programming.
Your programming.
I think it's better because I spent more when I could have came and spent with my own people and got a better meal. It's just sad, man. We stuck. We came a long ways, but we still stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to be the most profound thing that anybody has said so far this year. You can put this down. This should go viral, what I'm about to say right now. It's so profound.
It will when you hear him your Facebook.
Yeah, right. I got to do that. There's only one race.
It is. We all bleed the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's only the human race. We look different based upon our geographical origin. That's it. So, from my brother who's over here engineering today, to me. What's your name again?
Randy.
He bleed. Same color I bleed. His characteristics, not much different than mine. The only difference is he's a lighter skinned brother than I am. We're all one race. It's only humans. So anything else.
He an alien.
Well, you know, Black was hatched. Yeah, he came from a different place.
That's why I said shit. I'm listening. You know,
came from a different place to time.
I was hatched in the field.
But everybody else except Black,
goddamn right,
it's the same.
They're all humans. So the reason why things have been placed where divide is for that reason.
Programmed.
To divide and to conquer, to make money, and to sell this whole race thing. Race is what kills America. That's why America never will reach its full potential, because America was set off to be a melting pot of all different people. I mean, the same people you try to keep on the other side of that wall, they've been here.
And gonna come here.
They are here.
And it's not gonna leave. They done built so many tunnels up on the ground, it ain't funny.
So I'm just saying that whenever we get to that point where we understand that then we will see our
We'll rise
greatness.
as people.
Not
We'll
gonna
see our greatness.
But that's never
understand
gonna happen. That's a good profound statement you just made, and we oblige you for that. This shit's never gonna happen.
Well, the one thing is for sure, the only way things will. So when things get totally bad, just like what was that? Maybe about 15 years ago, when they had that blackout, right, on this whole side.
And you know what? Me and you was together.
Right,
We
we
was
just
at
had
Vegas,
bakers, right?
eating.
We sure was.
Yeah.
We sure was. But that showed you when things were bad, when everybody didn't have nothing, everybody came together.
Oh yeah, we had fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
we had fun too.
We had
Barbecued all down the street. Everybody
the
talking.
whole block.
no, I'm
Right.
saying. Look,
I
look.
can't listen to you when
We
you
had
say
fun.
stuff like that. Okay, just no, can't
Why?
listen to you.
I can't have fun.
Your fun be something different. Yes, everybody did come together. I do remember my grandmother's black flashlight tag on the
Yeah,
porches
bitch, you had to cut the light
everything.
on. It was already out.
See, we can't.
The lights was already out, baby. Get ready.
Oh,
I told you better cook that food, old lady, because guess what? The lights don't work in the refrigerator.
something else do, so it don't matter.
Uh-huh.
It's all good.
Get it together.
It's all good.
Let me
That
bring
means
y'all
you
back.
paid
That's
when the lights
bring.
come
Come
back
on, come on back. Come on back. Let's stay on the topic. Let's stay on topic.
It's him.
Yeah, well, he can't help himself. You can't go back with him. You just got.
Goodness ain't gonna help you.
Listen,
But anyway, back
that's
to-
okay because I was in the house.
So that's what I'm saying. Where it's going to take a point. It's going to take a point where we are forced to do things and come together for each other. I mean,
If Bush go back to office again, you got there right. We got to do a lot of stuff together because it's gonna go from bad to
Bush or Trump.
I mean
is gonna
Trump.
win.
Excuse me.
So I
It's
was
gonna
about
worse.
to say,
Same difference.
It's gonna be worse. It's bad now. And if you think that he's making America great, shame on them.
Well, I mean, you got to understand. He has his base. You know what I mean? He has his base, and he's supporting his base. So when he says he wants to make America great again, that's the America that I haven't seen.
Me either. I don't think he saw it either. Shit. I
Oh,
think
he's seen it.
He's so the fucking.
That's where he
delusional.
come from. That's where he come from. He come from the work of others to build his fortune, and that's what it is. So we have to change the narrative. We have to stop being the worker consumer and start being the owner builder, and it's just that simple. So there are a lot of one thing for sure.
Two
for
things for
certain.
certain.
Right. One thing for sure
And two
that
things for certain.
people are striving to do things that are for the upliftment and the benefit of our race. But we got to understand that unless we learn how to work together, things have been put in place. I mean, I was going to talk about the whole Willie Lynch syndrome. Everybody familiar with the Willie Lynch syndrome, right?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, for
You
sure.
heard about Willie Lynch while you on your phone? While we on the air,
You
you
gotta make sure
sitting
that
in
dinner
Texas.
getting done.
What's this? Yeah, just
You know what I said about?
Dennis,
You know what I said
Dennis.
about?
they
when-
can't say nothing but Dennis. Yeah, I got
okay.
that.
You know what I
got
said?
you. I got
Yeah,
you.
I
I got you.
changed my mind.
Go back to what you were
The Willie
saying.
Lynch.
Then.
He throwing me off, man. You throwing me off.
Hey,
So we got to get to a point where we work together. That's my whole point. So move beyond
Work
the
together.
narrative that you can't trust each other, that you can't trust black people are not to be trusted.
Prime example. You
It's
can't
not to be
say that when he
trusted.
keep talking about me.
He love you. That's his way of showing it.
Listen, it's
That's
like,
what it is. Okay.
yeah, I love you. I love my co-hosts and partners. I do. I really enjoy coming to see y'all.
How you ain't never here?
I'm working on that. I'm working on being better.
Oh my God.
I'm a work in progress, and I'm working.
Mm.
And so y'all have to give me that. You gotta realize, I'm foreign to this country, so I'm trying to adapt
Foreign
to
to
the
this
ways of y'all live.
Earthlings.
Yeah.
Yeah, earthlings. You're not an earthling.
I just a free spirit. I don't ride like everybody else
You just
ride.
live life
I just
day
live
by
how-
day.
Hey,
All right, so back to this, man. Before we get off on another black tangent. Again, the whole topic was 1619 to 2019, 400 years. Where have we gone? Where have we come? Where are we going? And I would like to leave this conversation with the fact that we are still moving forward.
You are moving.
We are still moving
I believe
forward.
that. I believe we move forward.
And we're moving at a good pace, but we gotta. It's a lot of things that it's all about self-love. You got to learn how to love who you are. We've been taught in so many ways that not to love who you are, not to love your skin, your nose, your lips, your eyes, your hair. You know, all those things have been presented to us as not a great thing, when in essence,
Everybody's doing it to look
Yeah.
like you.
in
Exactly.
The
essence,
Botox, the butt plants, the reshaping and figuring.
tans,
The,
melon.
it's all coming for the melon popping. Come on. I mean,
So understand, do your research. Don't listen to what you're told. Learn for yourself. You know, take the time to buy books. You know, before the Mayflower,
go find the old person on your block. You need grandmothers.
you need elders.
You
Yeah,
need
you
elders.
need
elders
That's
in
the
your life.
education.
Right,
You
exactly.
need elders
You
in
need
your life.
elders.
You need somebody who could tell a story that you haven't heard. You know, again, before the Mayflower, Lerone Bennett. I read that book when I was 19, totally changed my whole life. So he was a famous editor for Ebony. He wrote the book Before the Mayflower. It's a historical from our beginning to when the book was published. So that's a book that people can get out there and read. Read. It is not a crime to read. Open a book.
Any book.
Yes. Learn. Study who you are. Learn where you come from, what your essence is, what your potential is. Potential. I'm going to tell you what my coach told me about potential when I was in high school. Potential just mean that you ain't shit yet. Work on it. Work on your potential, on being the very best person you could be. That should be the main thing that you're concerned with. Not concerned with trying to be better than anyone else. Just be the best you. Be the very best you that you could be. How much time we got, Randy?
You've got about 15 minutes.
Okay, so we got
No, you speaking ahead.
stretch.
Do your thing. You're good at stretching.
I'm good at
Oh,
stretching.
for sure.
This is what I do.
It's what you do.
So,
Very,
yeah.
very knowledgeable young man you are. I'm not gonna call you.
You ain't gonna call me old?
No, I'm gonna leave that to time. You know.
Probably because
Are you old too?
Probably because you the same
He
age
just
as
said
me.
the other day though, we need your youthfulness on the shoe.
We do.
See?
We
Yeah.
do. She
Yeah.
brings that spark.
Nah.
She
You know
brings
what?
that
I'm not
spark.
gonna go in on you, cause he right. We do need that. It's like bringing a son of Ray in here. But you got to bring the meal, baby, next time you come.
She got to bring some dinner.
But you very educated. You smart. Yeah,
And that's another thing.
you are.
Our women,
Good brain.
our black women, should be applauded every day.
Every day.
And every minute of the day, because they have been the forefront leaders and pulling us along.
The strength, man. If you look at every household, man, the strength, and I hate to say it, don't come from the man. It comes from the woman. And if you look at it, you know, I was raised by a single parent, and I know I gave my mama hell.
Get it right. So I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and I'm going to bring this up now because this is somebody that I was talking to, and they were considering leaving the state and moving, like, down south. That's what this person was considering moving. And we were talking about the differences, and I was saying how slow things are down south compared to here. But the one thing about down south, as the difference here, it's less, in my eyes, I might be wrong, I don't know the statistics, it's less single-family homes and more families where you have the man in the
So
home.
it's a lot harder. So when I considered moving to, when I tried to move to Carolina, but aside from that, even my friend, when they were going through their divorce, they were more so like forced that they didn't believe in separation. They went through like high hell to divorce each other. So it is made to, let's keep that
The
family
family bond together.
bond together.
And I think it's a difference in upbringing.
Yeah.
So
You're
I
more
think,
humble.
Yeah, more humble.
and here, like I used to, me and Sharonda, who's not here today, well, we used to have this program, Mad Love. We used to go into different schools, 7th grade through 9th grade, talking about African history. One question that I would ask every time I would get in the classroom, I would ask it specifically to the young girls. I would ask, how many of you have been raised to believe that you don't need a man? All of their hands immediately will go up every time I ask this question. And that's totally
if-
not true.
I
A
mean-
man needs a woman.
Me and you had that discussion. We did, and
Woman needs a man.
that is true. But
But here it comes.
But
But
how many? My son is raised. He got his rough side, but he knows he'll open the door. He'll help and do
sure.
and to stand his ground. My daughter, on the same token, is you don't have to wait on a guy. You seen your mama shovel the other day when all the snow was out and go help somebody else shovel. You seen changing a tire. You take out the trash. You paint your bathroom and put drywall up. If I gotta wait on this person to come, do it yourself. Don't be afraid to move.
Forward.
And
a
that's
washer,
good.
a dryer.
And you're preparing
nine.
her.
I'm preparing her to
to
be
be
able to
strong
take care of herself.
herself.
But it-
However,
right.
the whole mindset does change, and you like, nigga, I don't need you then. So,
Right. So when, because a man is no good, excuse me, if he's not needed.
Right.
A man can't do nothing. If a man can't do nothing for a woman, he can't have that woman.
Right.
So now you have these women who are top notch. You know, they got everything going for them. What can I bring to you? So at the first hint, a sign of
Weakness.
I'm out.
She gone.
Or it's going to cause such a rift between the two of us because I'm constantly trying to tell you what I think because a man, if he knows he's a man, he knows he has to provide.
Right.
Protect her.
That's-
Stabilize her.
That's
Have
if he,
to do that.
If he knows
Right.
he's a man. Now,
Have
it's
to
a
do
lot
that.
of males
They don't know that.
that don't know that.
Right.
So they looking for ways to live off a woman or they looking at ways to get as much as they can. You know, that's their mindset. So a lot of women come into contact with these type of males, and this keeps their guard up. Like, hey, you know,
And then it messes the lady up because when a guy do come in that's really a man, the women don't know how to accept it.
Right.
Because we have
There
gave
is a
y'all so
struggle.
much bullshit so
You
many
can't-
times till you don't
can't
want to let your
visualize
guards
real
down.
shit.
And
Exactly.
you can't be mad at that because even though I talk a lot of shit, I am a provider, protector, and stabilizer.
I can
You
see
know,
that.
and I have been married for a long time, and I took care of the whole family, and he can attest to that. Not only my family, her family too. But soon when we started getting divorced, I became a piece of shit to the other side of the family. But it's hard for black women to even trust us.
Yeah. Because so much bullshit
much
has,
fuckery.
has been played. Yeah.
but the reality is that in other cultures, the family unit is the strongest thing that keeps everything
yeah,
together.
It is.
So by us going against that, you know what I mean? I could do this on my own. I don't need.
But you said, again, the program was put in place
For
to
sure.
remove the men
sure.
from
But,
the
and
house.
then you gotta understand this too, though, Zia. And I feel you on that, man. It's just like I went to Alabama, I went to Huntsville a couple of like maybe a month or so, and I went down there, man, and everything was so zen,
Nice.
you know.
Right.
And it was. And then what I mean by that was we went out a couple of places and stuff, and I was seeing how everything was so different from home. The slow pace, more family-orientated people going out with their family.
For sure.
Then I come back home, it went from, and I'm like, damn.
The right now. You
Right,
gotta
yeah,
go.
right
Go,
now,
go,
right
go.
now, right now, right now. So it's hard for us to even get into a serious relationship in a city because everything is going so fast till we all trying to fuck over each other. It's no get to know each other no more. It's no more dating no more. It's no more holding hands or opening the door for a woman or getting to know her brain other than getting to know her vagina. You know, when you get to a certain age in life, you want to know the intellect of a person. I want to know you. I don't want to know, okay, yeah, the sex is good. Okay, well, then after we get through,
After sex,
What's
is there
what?
left?
But you have
What's-
more social gatherings too. I mean, people got together when they went to weddings. They dressed
Yeah.
up. They sat down.
Yeah,
they had a
exactly.
good time. Who the hell doing that now?
Nobody.
What
Yeah,
social gatherings are you having where people are able to dress up and go out and function?
A
It's more
social
jeans.
gathering is Facebook Live. That's how people.
That's the
do
party.
social-
Yeah,
that's the
it.
party.
You know, we meet up online and we talk.
Exactly.
And I mean, and conceptually, it's totally different. So, I mean, it's back to the basics. Each generation should advance. If you don't grow, you die. But sometimes you just need some of those basic home trainings. You know,
and then we're not getting it at home. It's
home
hard.
trainings when you're working. You know,
Survival skills.
survival skills. You know, and again, it just comes back to Know who you're with. Know not only who you with, know who you are.
Know who you are.
Know who you
Know
are.
who you
You
are.
got to find out who you are first.
Knowledge itself.
Yeah, knowledge yourself.
That's
You
what
got to
the
love yourself
Egyptians
before you
preached.
can love somebody
greatest,
else.
Absolutely.
The greatest dynasty ever was the Egyptians, and the only thing they studied, they went to school for 30 years. Only thing they studied was knowledge itself. If you know who you are, then you understand everything else out here.
Right.
Yeah.
Know thyself. So I think that's truly what we need to get back to. Because know thyself is to know what God is, and you are
God.
made. You are
God.
made in God's image.
Right, exactly. I
So-
think that us as a generation have to start really understanding and respecting the value of a woman. And that's true.
Well, the question: woman is
Both
the greatest
sexes.
essence of life.
We-
She's the
yeah,
only
because without a
life-giver.
woman, there would be no us.
There would be
It's the
no
only
you.
life-giver.
There wouldn't.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I love women.
Unless you're an alien.
Well, you know, I was hatched.
I love women.
I love women too. I'm trying to
I
understand these
love women.
creatures.
I will never understand.
You will never
it.
understand.
Yeah, I don't even want to. I'm not even going to try.
Never
The
understand.
things I understand, I'm good with. And anything else, I'll find out later. The things I understand, I'm good with. I'm going to keep on understanding it. Anything else I don't know by now, it'll come to me at some point.
We'll figure it out.
It's nothing like a
Maybe
woman.
you are old, getting older. Just save your knowledge and pass it
Yeah.
down. Be an elder.
You know what? I like how you keep trying to slip it. And she jabbing shit out of us, in.
Yeah, she hitting us with the I'm good, though.
Well, I'm going to say this to you.
Seasoned.
Well, I mean,
Try
clearly
to-
I like old. There's a 10 difference. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. Old is good. All the gray hair, just wisdom and
Stop pointing at
knowledge.
me when you talk like that.
Well, he died. He is so.
No, I don't got no damn minds, baby. I let it come.
Really?
Yeah, if it's going to be great, it's going to be
That's
great.
why he got a hat on. He had.
No, I got a hat on because I ain't went got a haircut.
You still ain't went got a haircut? Oh my God. We discussed that. You supposed
Yeah,
to
I ain't
do
went
that.
got one. I was going to go today.
Do that.
So my hair's like long.
Is it?
Yeah, and I just ain't went and got a haircut. That's why I got this hat on. It's not because I'm never going to dye my hair. If it get gray and it gray all the way out,
I'm dying mine this weekend. No, I'm just joking.
Please don't.
take me as I am. Take me with all the gray and everything else.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Be true to you. Be true to you. It's only one you that you will ever have. So I think in summation, I think we should be pushing towards that time now. Randy, are we close? No? Yes? All right. So in summation of all this greatness today, are we boycotting Gucci? Well, I don't have to. I'm not in no boycott of Gucci because I don't go to the
Hey,
Gucci store.
well,
That's
that
my
That would be
boycott.
more of a black situation.
Yeah, that's
a
you.
question.
You go stop getting your Gucci's?
I'm not gonna fuck with it. It's not because of T.I. and them. I'm gonna say this to you.
We just gotta redirect dollars,
I'm
man.
not. My dollar's not going there anymore. I got a friend, and I love to bring him on the show. He a mogul now, and he got a book called "Living the Sacrifice." He was a dope man, big, and he changed his life around, and he got one of the biggest black entertainment companies now here, and everything he got on is this here, right? And I said to him, every time I see you, you always got your shit on. You got a shirt, a hat, something.
supposed to
So
promote
listen,
him.
he said, see, that's the problem with black people. I got a brand.
Right.
And
He
they
is
gonna,
the brand.
They're going to remember my brand before they remember me.
He is the brand.
But y'all going to run to Somerset and going to drop 20, 30,000 on. I'm going to go somewhere and order me some clothes and I'm going to snap my own stuff.
You are your own brand.
And he lived by that.
Yeah.
Real profound young man. Real profound. I think we should do
Yeah,
a segment on
definitely.
him.
Bring him on the show. Bring him on the show.
A lot of education.
Last words, Ty. You got something to say?
Huh?
That's it. Huh?
Find your elders. Low you.
Find your elders. That's a great point. We need to really
Find
get
your
that. We got to understand that. And
My grandmother is the most awesome person.
yeah,
Lay in the bed with
Yeah.
her and let her run her stories.
right.
It's
You
like a
learn lot.
movie.
It is a
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, it's like a
It is.
movie.
Long-term
I never
memory
had-
is wonderful.
I never had grandparents. I was never blessed with that.
I mean, being hatched.
Yeah.
You
Well, you
probably
know,
won't, but-
being hatched, I never had grandparents.
Okay. Well, you
Right.
need to borrow somebody else.
You ain't
Maybe
have
I-
The
parents
elders.
either, right?
There's,
maybe
there's,
I
there's
might can
somebody.
borrow your grandmother. For a
Come
minute.
borrow her. She
I would
be
love
more
to
than
talk
happy.
to her.
Take
Seriously.
take her out to eat. She'd
Oh,
be
that
more
would be
than
no problem.
happy.
I wouldn't mind taking her
help you.
kid and just pick her brain and let her go
Let her
for
go
what she
for it.
know.
But these kids need their elders.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
You got too many grandparents that are my age that don't know.
don't know shit.
No.
Kids smoking weed with the kid, drinking
Last
with
words?
their kid.
Last words.
Be a parent, not the parent. Shit, that's just plain and simple.
Okay. Mine are two. Know thyself. 2 phrases. Know thyself. Learn who you are. Be the best you can be. Be the best you can be. Every day should be that your goal. And the last, read a book.
I was just about to say read a book.
Oh, yeah.
Please read a book.
And it's free reading. Reading don't
Not
cost a thing.
that don't mean reading what's on Facebook.
Actually, and counting. We need to count.
You need to count.
Count and read. Count and read.
Count and read. So
Count and
get
read.
with that. This is the Flavor Show. It's been real nice. I hope you got something from this conversation. No offense to anyone who didn't. This is just the reality I'm saying. So that's it. Peace, love, hair grease. We out.
Out.
Monday, 6:30.